Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 166 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Oh, happy Saturday. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Liz. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Look, I'm going for my meditation. My reading. Okay. All righty. Let's get into our meditation. Alrighty, welcome back. Harland? Different. Man, I can't even see. The print's so small. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning, sister. What's up? Shauna, what's good? Hi. Good morning, everyone. All right. So if you missed it yesterday, we had our special guest Cesar Amaral on the Journey to Greatness, and that's online, and so he's pretty amazing. Beautiful. Right now, we're getting ready to get into our reading routine. I'm actually reading Relentless by Tim Grover. If you don't know who Tim Grover is, go to the Journey to Greatness page. You'll see the video there. One of the videos, just so you can get a sense of his character and personality. He's a pretty cool guy. Very interesting, to say the least. So I will see you guys on the other side. Beautiful. Alrighty. Excuse me 1 second. Right back. Okay. Alrighty. So we just finished our reading routine, and so now for our final routine, we're going to get into our journaling. So yesterday we didn't journal because we had a special guest on the show. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now, journaling is a powerful thing. Because it allows you to get the ideas and thoughts out of your mind. Morning, Jay. How's it going? And actually get it on paper. So once you write something down on paper, you begin to manifest it because now you're turning it into a material item or material fact. So usually what I like to start with when I journal is the things that I'm most grateful for. And in the morning, that is waking up and having and being in exceptional health. Then I go back to yesterday's activities or experiences, and I write from a place of gratitude, like showing my appreciation for anything positive, for everything positive that happened to me. Um, Yesterday was a really good day, and then I project forward. So anything I wish to manifest today, next week, next year, 10 years from now, whatever it is, and you can start focusing on tailoring how your reality is going to be moving forward through actually writing it down on paper. So it's a really powerful exercise, and I can tell you everything I've written, it's manifested. So Alrighty, welcome back. So, all right, so we're gonna jump back into our book. Hopefully, you guys all had a good journaling session. And okay, so in this section of the book, Tim talks about when he first got into the industry of coaching or training, essentially. He went and like studied like body functions, I think like kinesiology, things in that realm, and health. And he says that his primary objective is not to tell us how we can change other people, which is never something I think is a good thing to do. He's talking about if we want to aim to be the best at what we do, we can't worry about whether your actions will upset other people or what they will think. We're taking all the emotion out of this and doing whatever it takes to get you where you want to be. And then he says, from this point, your strategy is to make everyone else get on your level. You're not going down to theirs. You're not competing with anyone else ever again. They're going to have to compete with you. From now on, the end result is all that matters. And I think what he means by this is, it's actually a really good point. There are no competitors. And when there are no competitors, frankly, everybody, like he said, is working to get on your level. And so with that being said, I don't instantly everything is washed away from me. The idea of somebody being my competition, taking all of the business, that's coming and thinking from a place of lack, possibly some jealousy. And so for there not to be any competitors, sorry, my phone is going off. So there are no other competitors. There's nobody out there who can compete against you because you're not worried about them. You don't see them, but they see you, because most people like to compare themselves to others. And when you start comparing yourself to others, and you see constantly, ooh, they're moving, ooh, they're moving, ooh, they're moving this, they're moving that, then you start to doubt yourself, and a number of other emotions start to come up. Or maybe it's a motivation for you or a driver for you. I don't know. But personally, I know it's not the healthiest thing, and I don't do it. And if I ever catch myself like looking on the market and seeing this or seeing that, then I pull myself back into reality and get back in my lane and just focus straight ahead, because all the other stuff is just noise. Consistency is what's going to win. I can guarantee you that. You don't let your enemies take your balls, and you don't let them set up shop in your head. When all hell breaks loose on the outside, you barely notice. Oh, there you go. There you go, right there. You're calm on the inside because you're ready, prepared, and the best at what you do. You don't tell anyone how you're going to handle the situation. You just handle it. Everyone is panicking and choking, and you say, no problem. You step on the other guy's throat, and you finish the fight. And afterward, you don't explain how you did it. They won't understand, and they don't have to. Just take a moment alone to recognize what you accomplished and move on to the next challenge. I think when I think there's many times in life when we're the direct result of something happening. Period. And it's our genius, it's our creativity, it's our uniqueness, it's our drive and willingness to be different than everybody else is what makes it successful. Period. And I have a lot of examples, especially in like my industry. But what I tend to see and what's really interesting to me is people like to associate other variables than you, the genius, the creator, the thinker, the different, the weirdo. They don't like to associate you with the end result because there's other variables that are showing, otherwise or proving otherwise, or that are a part of the change and are a part of the success or the goal being reached, right? The part of the steps of the goal being reached. And so what this book says is there's no need to explain. And it makes sense. That sentence makes sense because it's not who cares? Like, who cares to explain? As long as the job gets done, as long as the goal is reached, when the time comes for you to get on your platform and speak about it, then the time will come. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Relentless is about achieving the impossible. I know for a fact that anyone can do it. And when I was in high school, just a 5'11" basketball player in Chicago, I was watching a North Carolina game on television and saw Michael Jordan for the first time. So again, reiterating the fact that we all are the greatest of all time, and we're all the greatest of all time at what we do. That stage can be shared among millions of people. And everybody has it within them, but they have to tap into it with the master key, which I think is what Napoleon Hill refers to it as. And so Tim Grover goes into talking about how when he first began his career in training, he saw Michael Jordan, and then he contacted the Bulls multiple times. He was sending them packages. He was sending them letters. He was doing these activities, and they just kept blowing him off. They kept blowing him off, and then one year, I think in '89, Michael Jordan was he was starting to become upset because he was getting bodied by some of the bigger guys. And so in order to take his game to the next level, he needed a trainer who could help him with his diet and his mental, because during that time in basketball, they said that for players to be heavy, like bigger upper bodies, it would mess up their shot. And so that's a mental thing altogether, right? From our perspective now. But so he needed someone who was going to be like more than just a trainer, or more than just a medical staff on the team. And Tim Grover relentlessly was sending letters, trying to get an appointment with, I think, with any player on the Chicago Bulls, because he lived in Detroit, right? Oh, wait. Hold up. One second. Fact check. Okay, perfect. Because he lives in Detroit. And but that wouldn't make any. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. Yep. Fact check. Okay. So and Michael Jordan at the time was like one of the best in the game. He was the best in the game. And he Tim, the author of this book, wrote a letter to everyone on the team except for Michael, because he, in his mind, created this idea that Michael would never want to use him because he was new and Michael was already a superstar. So when the time came and he wrote the letter, when he picked up on the opportunity just from an interview, like on TV or on the radio or something like that, he got in front. He was introduced to the staff, and then he was introduced for a second time. And then the second time, he went to Michael's house. He didn't know he was going to Michael's house. And when he got to Michael's house, he spent about an hour having this dialogue and conversation with them. And Michael stopped, took all the information in, looked at him and said, pretty much, this is too good to be true. And he wasn't expecting that. And then he's like, okay, well, give me 30 days. He pulled out his plan. He gave him his plan. He said, give me 30 days. And then that 30 days turned into 15 years. Tim Grover working with Michael Jordan. And then the rest was history. The thing I like about that story is that the thing that I think that we shouldn't get trapped up on is it doesn't matter who, people are people, even if they're superstars, it doesn't matter. So and we talked about this, I know months ago, it's crazy to say that, or it's wild to say that. People are people. So if Jay-Z, for example, I know is someone I'll meet in my lifetime, probably very soon. And when I meet him, it's not going to be a matter of, oh my God, I idolize you. It's going to be wow, I respect you. What was your mindset like going through this? What are some of the things you experienced? And then just shooting the breeze, really, and just being one-on-one. And so I think that Tim Grover making the assumption that, that he wouldn't want to work with him, I think was a limitation to a degree, to a very large degree, actually, because Michael's still a person, and it doesn't matter who or how big the opportunity is. You got to prep yourself and be geared up with your tools, and you got to execute and go try to take over the mountain. And I think that's just a good mindset to have. Overall, he did achieve that goal, but he did it in a different way. And he was ultra prepared. He was ultra prepared. Les Brown, one quote that sticks with me, that he says, Les Brown, he's a public speaker. He says, don't wait for an opportunity to get ready. Get ready, and then, get ready so when the opportunity arrives, you're ready to execute. And so Tim Grover already had his plan written out. So he worked from a different angle, right? So yes, his mind was telling him, he's a superstar, but his actions and his execution, which is what he talks about, interestingly enough, was focused around this plan. And he had a plan. So when he got a call, he could just go to wherever, whoever was calling him and show him this plan, explain it to him, and then, execute and gain credibility through his pre-existing knowledge and his pre-existing research that he was able to present. And so that's something to hugely take away from. So every single day we're reading, every single day we're briefing, every single day we're journaling, every single day we're meditating. And the reason why we're doing that is because we are getting ready for the greatest life of all time. We are in the greatest life of all time, the greatest day of all time, the greatest second of all time. And so every day and every time that we get online and we do this work, we're sharpening ourselves and equipping ourselves with the tools, because now every single day is going to be the best day of our life. And so something crazy something wild or great or fantastic will happen on a daily basis, and it's challenging, right? Things that are challenging are going to happen. And so because we're going through these exercises, we're equipping ourselves with our tools. And so every single day we're able to exercise and use our tools. And the more we use our tools, the more they become habit. Once they become habit, they become one with us. And then our auto suggestion box takes over. So a few days after my first meeting with the Bulls, they called me to meet again at their suburban practice facility. Then he went to Michael Jordan's house. When Michael finally retired, he said, "If I ever see you again in my neighborhood, I'm going to shoot you." We learned from each other. We never saw obstacles or problems. We only saw situations in need of solutions. And since there had never been a player like Michael Jordan, we encountered a lot of situations without known solutions. We learned, we made mistakes. We learned from our mistakes. We kept learning. Michael wasn't the best because he could fly through the air and make impossible shots. He was the best because he was relentless about winning, relentless in his belief that there's no such thing as good enough. No matter how many times he won, no matter no matter how great he became, he always wanted more, and he always was willing to do whatever it took and then some to get it. For more than 2 decades, those values have been the cornerstone of my work with hundreds of athletes, and now they're the cornerstone of this book. So, okay, I'll just continue reading. Relentless is about never being satisfied, always driving to be the best, and then getting even better. It's about finding the gear that gets you to the next level, even when the next level doesn't yet exist. It's about facing your fears, getting rid of the poisons that guarantee you will fail, being feared and respected for your mental strength and toughness, not just your physical abilities. Whatever is in your glass, empty it now and let me refill it from scratch. Forget what you thought and what you believed, whatever opinions you have. We start over right now. Empty glass. Those last drops are the mental barriers that will prevent you from being a better. We're going somewhere completely new. And we get to the next chapter. So, a couple things here. We never saw obstacles or problems. We only saw solutions, situations in need of solution. When we live our lives from a place of solution oriented, there are no problems. This is really prevalent for me, especially when I'm working like in my industry. And I can only say this because I made reference to this before. I was with the buyer and we were working, and there was a number of things that were wrong with the house, right? And it's okay for things to be wrong with the house, first off. So let's just clear the space there. But the thing is when there's a problem or when there's a concern, then we need more documentation. It's not a matter of, oh my gosh, this is so scary. It's like, no, let's break it down to the atom. Let's break it down to where the problem actually lies and see, what insurances, what warranties, what guarantees, what work can be done to repair or replace. And I think that that's being solution oriented rather than, oh my gosh, that initial shock, that, oh my gosh, that scare. It's not about being scared. It's just about running toward the problem and figuring out solutions ASAP. And that's with everything and anything that you can apply in your personal life. So there are no obstacles. That makes life so much easier, because then you naturally assume the feeling and you naturally assume the idea and the mindset that all things are possible. And when you walk through life with that, so many opportunities are constantly flying by your face. And you get to choose which one you want to, execute on, or which one you want to put your energy into and pour your energy into to grow. And so I think that's an overall good life principle. Learning from mistakes, obviously. Now for the next month, we're going to try something different. Okay. So being relentless in this book, it's defined. And so this is going to be the tone of the book, and I want to prepare everybody for it. Being relentless is never being satisfied. Okay. But we're reading this book. In life, there has to be, he didn't say you can't be, there's no gratitude, right? But I don't know necessarily how, and we'll uncover this question, and I know we will by the time we're done reading this book. But most people will put this book down and say, well, if I get what I want and I achieve my goal, why am I going to keep pushing for more? This probably isn't the book for us, okay? But this book is going to I'm going to shift gears mentally, and I'm going to jump into the author's head. And for me, and I just said it the other day, there is no letting up. I'm not going to let up. However, there are check-in points. And I don't know if Tim's going to talk about that. You have to check in with yourself. You have to take one step back after you've, accomplished X amount of number of things. You have to show gratitude, pause. You don't have to do anything. I have to show gratitude, and I have to be satisfied with the work that I've done up to this point. To always be looking forward is obvious, is not obviously, but is the goal and is the objective. We will always do that. We will always be getting better. However, I believe that for me, there has to be check-in points, because if you just run, 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 you stop and you turn around, you're like, damn, where did my 5 year, 10 years go? You know? So there has to be a level of enjoyment, I think, within that, you know. And again, that's not even if it's as quick as, wow, like you did a really good job. You should take your stuff out to eat today. You know? So I'm not saying, we go on a 6-month vacation. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am going to do, or what I would like to do, or I'm going to invite everybody to do, especially when we go to translating these concepts in this book, is to get into that run. It's only going to be for 30, 45 days until we're done with this book. But we're going to turn up a gear. We're going to turn it up a notch here. And even though we're running, right? We're run all right now. Anyways, we're all gas, no brakes. We're in that mode. I feel like this is going to take us to another level. And so with that being said, we will go ahead and get into that mindset. So just know that I do believe in checking in. I do believe in balance. I do believe in, I do believe in being satisfied, but just, you don't celebrate the win for too long. Like I said, you celebrate the championship. You get the rah-rah and the trophy and the most MVP after the game, right? But then you get back to training again. Boom. You start sharpening yourself. Boom. And you keep moving. You keep moving till you get to that goal. And then when you get to that goal, it's totally up to you about what you want to do. But that's the mindset of the book. That's going to be the tonality. And so if I come off a little harsher than I usually do, it's only in direct relation because I want to get into the author's head. I want to truly digest and get into that mindset, learn his mindset through his words, and then translate that accordingly. So with that, happy Saturday to all my goats out there. I hope you all have the best day of your life. Thank you for joining me, day 166 of 365 on the journey to greatness with David McDonald, the GOAT. And I hope you also, like I said, have the best day of your life. I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.